This video will be more about productivity than our usual coding stuff. Ever since I switched to Obsidian, I haven't looked back to other note-taking apps. I use it to organize different areas of my life, like university, content creation, coding, and personal life. And I have divided them into separate vaults. While it might sound like overkill, but this system has saved me so much time. By the way, all my templates are available in my online store and will be free for the entire month. Feel free to download and try them out. Now let's start with the folder structure. I use a numbering system to keep folders organized from 00 for homepage to all the way to 90 for archived folder. Within these folders, there are two types of files: fixed files, files that won't change and thus follow a numbering system; dynamic files, files that I add or modify regularly, which do not require numbering. This folder system is partially inspired by this video. I will also link it below. First, we have the homepage folder. This is for quick access nodes, the ones that I need at my fingertips. It includes things like quick reference, key info I frequently need, or idea hub, a place to write down some random ideas. Next is inbox. Whenever I create a new file, like a quick note, it goes directly into this folder instead of laying around in my main directory. And later on, I sort these files into the right folders. To make it work so, you will need to enable it in the settings as shown here. Folders from 20 to 60 change depending on the area. For example, for university, a structure looks like this, but for content creation, the structure changes to this. The reason I made it this way is because it's very easy to adjust however I want, and there is less learning curve when switching between areas, aka vaults. The assets folder is for storing images, attachments, and other files. Whenever I drop a file or paste an image, it automatically goes in there. And again, to keep the main directory clean. You can enable this one in the settings as well as shown here. Templates are awesome. If some files follow the same structure, I just create a template and use it from here. Some examples include a content template for scripts and articles, or a course template for tracking course details and assignments. As the name suggests, the archive folder stores older files and folders that I don't need, but may want to reference later. For content area, I have organized them by year, and for university area, by semester. Now let's talk briefly about each area, starting with content creation. First folder is planning, where I write down weekly reviews, monthly plans, annual goals, and so on. Content folder is used for storing all the scripts for my past and upcoming videos, as well as scripts for my blog. Monetization folder is for keeping track of things outside the content creation, like affiliate programs, digital products, and potentially merch in the future. Sponsors is a separate folder as it requires a lot of notes on requirements, contact infos, and etc. And last but not least, analytics folder. As the name puts it perfectly, it's used for all the analytics stuff that deals with numbers. Now let's visit the next area, coding. First folder is again for planning things out. Next up, projects. This is the most important one for programmers. I use this one to keep track of all my projects. I also added a folder called content for you guys. If you don't create too much content except for some blogging in your free time, then you can use this folder. Career folder is for all work-related plans and progress. I use this to keep track of resumes, job applications, and freelancing stuff. Finance folder is for tracking the earnings, expenses, and financial goals. Now we are getting to the university territory. If you are not a student, you can skip this part. We start things off with planning, as it's very important for students to track their time and goals. Next up, courses, the most important folder. This contains the subjects I have in my current semester. Once I finish it, I just move them to the archive folder. The courses folder is mostly used for tracking my assignments, but you can use it however you want. If you are a CS student like me, you definitely need projects folder for tracking your projects, as you will need it in your future job applications. Career and finance folder look similar to programmer edition, as you will need them to keep track of job applications and all the money stuff. Last but not least, all-in-one edition. I was initially thinking to name it personal life edition, but all-in-one sounded better. If you want a template that organizes your entire life, not just one area, this template is for you. It covers everything from work and finances to hobbies and social life. You can keep track of things like reading lists, travel plans, birthdays of your friends, side hustles, savings, future plans, and so on. Since files in this template do not follow a similar structure, I removed the templates folder and instead added a hobbies folder. Now, if you have made it this far, thank you. Once you download the zip file from my store, unzip it and open it in Obsidian. Each template comes with .obsidian folder, which sets up the minimal configuration and essential settings for you. If you don't want it, you can delete it and customize the setup however you like. The only community plugin required is DataView, which I have used to filter files automatically. Some folders contain @readme file with a detailed guide, while others have their own mini guidelines in the nodes themselves on how to best use them. Again, these templates will be free to download for an entire month. If you find them helpful, I would really appreciate a small review. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.